Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Andy channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over some recent pictures that Cobra Kai just posted on their Twitter. Specifically first, I'm going to go over the prom picture that was released. Many of us Cobra Kai fans have had suspicions about there being a Cobra Kai prom happening, or even a prom brawl happening. I originally had suspicions just from the timing of the show, but many people speculated that there was a prom from the shot of Robbie dancing with who many people assume is Tori at some sort of dance, party, or brawl. I won't dive too deeply into that photo since it has been talked about a lot, but I'm definitely more certain that it is Tori and Robbie in that shot now. You can also see people in suits in the background. As you know, Robbie and Tori were both expelled after the high school fight, so they shouldn't be able to attend school, but I think they will get back in somehow. It is also the middle of the school year, so they need to be there to stir up some drama, right? The prom scene is a perfect place for that. I have talked about it before, but this new photo of Miguel in a suit at Sam's house is just complete confirmation of this scene. Whether there is also a prom fight or not is something I'm not sure about, since there was already that huge fight at the school, and I'm not sure Robbie and Tori would want to get expelled again. I'm sure it took some negotiating to get them back in school, and one screw up like another fight would get them expelled for sure. Especially since it's the very thing that got him expelled in the first place. I think that episode will just be a build-up of tension. If anything, I actually don't think there will be too many fights until near the end of the season. I have a feeling that this episode will be like Season 2, Episode 9. Things will just be very awkward and tension will build between all of the characters. We all assumed that Miguel will be going with Sam, and now we are 100% sure that is happening. That's kind of a given. It's very obvious, and now it's confirmed. Next, I'm going to go over the photo of Daniel and his son Anthony. Throughout the entire show, Anthony has been kind of a background character. We've only seen him as the fat spoiled kid who's only annoying to his older sister. A lot of fans, including myself, have wanted to see some character growth in him. We actually saw some growth at the end of Season 1 where he thought the karate tournament was pretty cool. I thought that would make him want to get involved, but instead he was pretty much non-existent in Season 2. I guess that was just to build Sam and Robbie's relationship without a third wheel, and in Season 3 it was all about recovering and rebuilding, so there wasn't a place for him in the story. I believe he was in one scene, and that was probably thrown in there because the writers are saying, hey guys, this character still exists. So we may get some character growth from him this season. It looks like he's having a heart-to-heart with Daniel, which is something we have never seen with him before. To have that scene implies that there will be more scenes with him. Maybe he's involved in Kenny's story. They seem about the same age. Although, I could see this shot as Daniel lecturing him about something. We do see that there's a yellow Cobra Kai hoodie sitting right next to Daniel. Is it possible Anthony joins Cobra Kai and Daniel's talking with him about that? Firstly, I don't even know why he would join Cobra Kai. I'm sure he knows all about it considering what happened at the school, at their house even, or even Daniel just talking about it at dinner, specifically in Season 1, when he warned Sam to stay away from the people associated with it. He has mentioned it a few times, but who knows if Anthony was even paying attention. The only way I would see Anthony joining Cobra Kai is out of spite or if his friends are in it. He could have become friends with the new character Kenny and joined with him, or maybe Anthony is the one who's bullying Kenny and Daniel finds out about it. I wouldn't put bullying beneath Anthony. He practically does it to his sister and he likes to show off to his other rich friends about his dad. Johnny was essentially in the same boat, aside from showing off about his dad, but they were both spoiled rich kids. It's not like Anthony's really taken Miyagi-Do to heart about being a good person or anything like that. I think that would be interesting, and it might be the case. I mean, he is wearing a Supreme shirt after all, so he does like to show off that his parents have money, and I think him being someone who was bullied would be a complete character reversal to what we've seen. Also, why would Anthony get bullied? There's nothing to bully him over. Johnny bullied Daniel because he was rich and he knew karate, and Daniel was poor. For Anthony, it would be because he's rich and his dad knows karate. Or maybe he'll know karate if he joins Cobra Kai. Well, I guess for both of them, their dad is rich, but you get my point. It's not like anyone who knows karate would bully him either for no reason other than the fact that he's Daniel's son, but that wouldn't last long. We already see Kenny's going to be in Cobra Kai, so they can't have two characters just randomly being bullied. Well, I guess they could, but I doubt it. It's two of the same character arcs. Everyone would just be being bullied at that point. Maybe Cobra Kai is being spread like wildfire and all the students are handing out hoodies, t-shirts and stuff, and Anthony happens to get a hoodie. I do think it would be a pretty cool twist though that the son of Daniel bullies someone and they end up joining Cobra Kai because of it. Maybe the scene has nothing to do with bullying, but that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. What do you think they're having heart to heart about? Does it have to do with Cobra Kai? It could be because he's jealous of all the attention he's giving to Sam and not him, but that would be out of nowhere and slow the pace of the show down. I also don't think he would care. So, do I think Anthony is going to join Cobra Kai? I'm gonna say no. I think most theories point the opposite way, but the writers could do anything. That's my theory right there about how he would join, but I honestly doubt it. Anyways, I think this scene would have to be essential to the story, therefore making Anthony a relevant character to the show this season. Let's go! Or maybe this is his only scene again. Can I also mention the fact that only maybe a year has passed since the show was first started? At least in the show's timeline. And it looks like he's aged 4 years? That's because he has aged 4 years in real life, because that's when the show was released. I know they can't help that, but it's pretty funny to me. Speaking of Kenny, there's this next shot of him walking down the hallway at school getting laughed at. There's not much to add without context, but it is something that everyone is laughing at him about, rather than him just being bullied just to get bullied. It does look like it could be a middle school though, considering how young everyone looks, but it raises the question of how Hawk could be bullying him, or defending someone else against him. Maybe that's a point he finally stands up to himself. Even though they're all young, I'm going to assume it's the same school, especially with the scene of Hawk and Nate. I guess they could cross over considering Bert and Nate are younger, and they all see each other. Maybe it's combined school. The next shot here is a shot of Terry Silver and John Kreese catching up at a restaurant. I believe this will be early on in the season, probably episode 1 or even 2. It will definitely be before he comes to the Cobra Kai dojo. In this scene, we will probably learn what Terry Silver's been up to all these years, and what Kreese's intentions are to bring him back. I'm sure Daniel will be brought up in that conversation as well, which will definitely get Terry on board. My only question is whether Terry will be on board at first. We do know him as this crazy psychopath, but maybe he's changed since Karate Kid 3. That picture doesn't really say he's changed though. Look at that face. He's probably glad to see him because it's been such a long time. Maybe he tells Kreese that he doesn't want any part of it, but he eventually convinces him. I think that would be much more interesting than Terry just saying, "Yes, I don't care about the details. Let's just cause pain." I'm expecting to get a bit of a more watered down version of Terry Silver from Karate Kid 3, mostly because of how cartoony he was. I would like to go more in depth of Terry Silver as a character rather than just being this cartoon villain, you know what I mean? Although he is pretty funny when he's all over dramatic. Next up, we have everyone in the combined dojo taking a peek at something through the Miyagi-Do doors. I'm going to assume that they are looking at Daniel and Johnny doing something cringy maybe. They could be having a loud argument that gets physical. Whatever they're looking at, they certainly don't want to be seen. I think it could either be a cringy comedic moment or a very dramatic moment. Next, we have Daniel and Amanda talking while they drink. That is definitely the scene we saw of them talking in the teaser trailer, and I'm also sure that this is the same day or episode as this shot here with Johnny. It looks like he could be reaching out for a handshake, but it looks like Daniel is saying, "Really?" with his facial expression. I think it's also possible Johnny wants to try the sand the floor technique, and he wants Daniel to hand those over to him. From Johnny's expression though, it looks like a normal serious handshake though, so who knows. I think this is probably in episode 2, probably at the end of a class, near the end of the episode. There will be a montage of them building that whole platform while Daniel sands the floor, and then after a hard day's work, Johnny goes for a handshake. And then afterwards, that will be when Daniel and Amanda have a drink over everything. That's my theory on what I think will happen. Next is just another shot of Daniel and Johnny, with Johnny trying to make fun of the crane kick. We also have seen this in the teaser trailer, so this is just another shot of it. Not much to break down there. It's pretty self-explanatory. Anything else to add would just have to do with the board they made. And we already know that they're going to use it to train. Now this last shot here is a shot of Tori and Robbie again. I originally thought it was the same scene as the one in the teaser for some reason, but they were wearing normal clothes in that shot. This time they're in gis. So far it really looks like Tori's outdone Robbie for the most part. I know that can't make him look really good, although Tori's probably one of the best fighters in the class, if not the best aside from him. I think the other shot of them in normal clothes will be in the same episode, probably after class. I'm wondering whether or not Kreese will tell her to finish him because I have a feeling she's going to hesitate with that punch. Hell, maybe Robbie could counter and flip her over from there when she hesitates. Regardless, I think one of them is going to be embarrassed and they will want a rematch after class. This will probably be earlier on in the season before they develop a relationship. I don't mean that romantically either, even though that will probably happen. They still don't know that much about each other, and we will see them getting closer throughout the season. Also, peep, that might be Terry Silver in the back there. I think that furthermore proves that this is early on in the season, especially if Terry Silver isn't really involved yet. I'm going to assume that this is around mid-season. But yeah, so far the photos have pointed towards my theories being correct, so I'll go check out my other videos before Season 4 comes out. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of these images that were just released. We are getting closer and closer to Cobra Kai Season 4 every day, and I cannot wait. Subscribe to see more content like this, and hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I do read them all. Until the next video, peace.
Teenagers.